Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It might just be me. It possibly is. But I woke up feeling even more annoyed about last night than I was last night. That makes sense. When the full-time whistle went, I felt myself okay actually. I felt myself a bit meh. I don't know if it's just because as the game went on, I almost accepted defeat at half-time. I was thinking, crikey, the only way we're getting something out of this game is if it finishes 0-0. I couldn't see us scoring at all. And then even in the second half, even with the substitution, we looked a bit better when we changed formation and took on Ben Lanzi. I never felt like we were going to score. We could have played an extra half hour last night and still got beat 1-0. Actually, scrap that, Man United would have eventually have scored 2, maybe 3, because they probably deserved to stick 2 or 3 past us. They hit the woodwork a couple of times. Fabianski was on top form. Big toe from Soufal, stopped Rashford getting a tap in and stuff. I felt that we got up there a little bit. I think 1-0. If it was harsh on it, if the 1-0 was harsh on anyone last night, it's probably Man United, to be honest with you. And I found myself waking up this morning a bit frustrated, a bit annoyed about last night's game, to be honest with you. Now, this isn't a reflection. This video is not a reflection of the season. It's the reflection of one game, one isolated game, and that was last night against Man United. Because I've been reading social media today, and there's been people criticising the lineup and criticising Moyes, and rightly so, in my opinion. But there's also other people countering that with almost suggesting you cannot criticise Moyes, and it just blows my mind. I've never understood why people just can't accept that you can actually just break games down into a 90-minute game and you just review that one match and that's it. So this video is purely about last night's game against Man U. It's nothing about the results before Man U, and I think it's the manner of the defeat for me. Now, when the lineups came out, when I saw it, I thought I was okay with it. I thought, okay, I can see what he's doing here. This could work, and hopefully it does work. I was wrong, okay? After about 20 minutes, I thought, crikey, this is wrong. I was wrong to be happy with that lineup. Then at half-time, we changed it up a little bit. We made the substitutions after Man United scored, and I was actually, to some extent, and this is a weird thing to say, I said it in the review, and it sounded weird at the time, and I'm going to say it again. I was actually, to some extent, pleased Man United scored that early, because I felt Man U were going to score at some point. You know, the first half, I thought we were a little bit lucky with Rashford's free header and Greenwood's shot. And I could see Man U scoring eventually. I thought if they score with 10-15 minutes to go, there's no way we're getting back into this game playing like this. So when they scored in the 53rd minute, it gave us time. It gave the substitutions that come on the pitch half an hour to go on and impact it. And the only way we were going to get a goal from that game is if we scored from a set piece, I think. I think we set up to almost score from a set piece. But the problem was, Man United, and this is credit to Man United here, they were the best team I've seen all season dealing with us from set pieces, and the best 2 players I've seen up against Soufal all season. Rashford and Shaw caused them endless problems in the first half. Second half, we put Ben Johnson there. Our right back had a right back in front of him, and they still caused them umpteen troubles. That was no easy feat. To deal with us from set pieces or to be better than Soufal is not an easy thing to do. Man United did both last night, and I thought it completely nullified any threat that we had going forward, really, because we sort of rely on set pieces, and it's okay when you're good at them, and we are, so it's okay. But last night we had a car mark. But anyway, back to the lineup. Like I said, the lineup I thought was wrong. Today I think it was wrong. I made a mistake thinking it was right. And I think what's annoyed me more this morning is seeing David Moyes say he had no regrets with the lineup. You know, he told Sky Sports that he's got no regrets with it. He sort of alludes to the fact that we didn't play that well and he switched it up and we played a little bit better, but still not well enough. But he did say that he didn't have any regrets over the team he picked, and that worries me a little bit, because he should have massive regrets. He should be looking at that thinking, I got it wrong. Now, mistakes are okay. I don't mind David Moyes making mistakes. He made a mistake last night, that's alright. The problem is, the mistake he made is the same mistake he's made various times at West Ham and in his career. He made the same mistake against Man United in the FA Cup last month. He made the error just then. Now, I've always had an issue in Moyes' sort of game plan against what I call the Sky Sports top 6. Against them, Moyes seems to bottle it, essentially. And last night's was a little bit of that. And I thought he turned a corner a little bit, because against Tottenham I thought we were brilliant. Against Man City I thought we played really, really well. We got beaten. I thought we played well. And my sort of reaction to the City defeat and the Man United defeat are completely different now, because if we played like we did against Man City last night and got beat 1-0, I wouldn't have too much of an issue with it. We went there, we had a go, got beat by the better team. And we did get beat by a better team last night, but we didn't have the goal part. At City, we took it to them. We tried to win that game. And listen, hats off to Moyes. He got it bang on in that one. But last night, he got it bang wrong. And it's not the first time. In 19 years as a Premier League manager, he's never won away to Liverpool, away to Man United, away to Chelsea, and away to Arsenal in the Premier League. 19 years, he's never beaten one of them 4 away from home. And that tells a story, which is, I think he just shows far too much respect. And the bench last night was, I think last night was a domino effect, a delayed reaction, if you like, to what I considered an inadequate transfer window. I know someone's going to say, well, get over it. I am over it, but my point is, on the bench last night, we only had 8 players. We had a player missing, 2 goalkeepers, Balbuena, who looks like he's off in the summer, a lot of inexperienced players, and Benrahma and Lanzini. Now we had a striker on there who he didn't bring on, but that's okay. But then we're never going to bring him on, are we? We're not going to bring him on when we're winning, let's face it, unless we're 3-4-0 up. We're not going to bring him on when we're drawing, it's too risky. So we're not going to bring him on when we're losing. When are we going to bring on Mipo Debeko? That would suggest we're not going to see him again this season. It's unlikely. So even more reason to bring a striker in. And I'm not allowing the Lingard thing. Is Lingard a key player for West Ham? Yes, he is. We knew that, okay? We knew it from 2 games in. He was going to be a key player for us. And yes, we missed him last night. But we knew he was not going to be playing in last night's fixture before we even signed him. So I don't see that as a reason. We would have... it's not crept up on us. The Fornals injury, he's a big miss. Of course he is. But he's not one of the most creative players for us. His biggest assets are the fact that he works hard and his position is good, his pass is pretty decent. But... it's very rare that you say you miss Fornals because there was no one playing the through balls or anything. He's not that kind of creative enough player for us. And Jared Bourne continues to sort of falter. Before Christmas, his expected, I know people don't like stats, but I do, and this is a video about my opinion, his expected goals, statistically, it was 0.3. So that means every 3 games he was expected to score a goal because of the chance he was getting into, so on and so forth. Since then, since Christmas, it's something like 0.09, not even 1 in 10 essentially. He's just not working at the minute. Last night was disappointing, and it does come down for myself. It does come down to the lineup. Looking back at it, I think he got the lineup wrong. I thought the manner of our attitude was wrong as well. But like I said, it's just a one-off. He's got enough credit in his bank, and I have a little bit of faith going into Sunday's game against Arsenal. But I think there's pressure on us now. We've got Arsenal next, followed by Leicester, Wolves, and Chelsea. 4 huge games, and it's difficult to gauge how many points we need from them. We need at least 6, I think. We have to beat Wolves, and I think we probably have to beat one of Leicester or Chelsea actually in order to get points off them. But the Arsenal game was massive. It almost becomes a must-win if we want Champions League football. Now, Moyes has spoken himself about how that is the aim now, how he was disappointed to drop out of the top 4, and we're still in with a shout of it, okay? Season-wise, we're in a really, really good position, and that's down to David Moyes. I appreciate that, and I'm aware of that, but like I said, I think when you're going to praise him for that, you've also got to be fair and criticise him for last night if you think that's part of the reason. I think it's the reason we lost last night was his lineup, but he's won us plenty of other games. He's got enough credit. I'm not saying I don't like Moyes or anything like that. I am fickle, but I'm also extremely stubborn. Right? He's a good manager. He's done fantastically well this season, but he got it wrong. However, he keeps speaking about Champions League football, and I'm pleased like that. I like that attitude. I like that mentality. But if you want Champions League football, you're going to have to do better than last night in terms of the way you set up to win the game. Before, in seasons gone by, we've been fighting relegation. Old Trafford is what I call bonus points. But when you're 5th, trying to get into the top 4, Old Trafford's not bonus points. Old Trafford is a place you've got to go and you've got to get something. If you want into the top 4, you cannot just score off games against Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham, Man City. You can't just go look at those 6 fixtures and go, wow, we'll just put a pen through that. Now, the other side of the coin is it means our results against the other 13 in the league are fantastic, and they are unbelievable. We come out top for the other 14 in the league, but we need to start doing better against the Sky Sports top 6. And I think the most disappointing thing for me is I thought we turned a corner. That performance at the Etihad, the win against Tottenham, I'm aware Jesse Lingard was a part of that, but we knew he wasn't going to be able to play against Man U. We knew this before we signed him. And like I said, I do think it is a consequence of just not investing enough in the January transfer window. It puts a bit of pressure onto us. We want to be a Champions League team. We've got to start thinking like a Champions League team. We've got to start trying to get into that top 4, and that means taking points off against the big boys in the Premier League. Like I said, he made an error last night, and if it was a one-off, I wouldn't mind it, but his record against the Sky Sports Top 6 is not good. And yes, okay, he needs to mould his squad. This is not his squad yet. That's why the bench looks a little bit light. He doesn't have enough players and stuff. But the record I've just read out is 19 years. That is after a 10-year project at Everton. He's still not won at these places. So I don't think you can pin it down to a lack of a David Moyes squad. It comes down to a mentality thing. It comes down to how he approaches these games with his "we shall not lose" kind of attitude. And like I said, when you're fighting relegation, it probably is the right attitude. It's acceptable. But not when you're trying to get into the top 4. And I think the most frustrating thing for me last night is goal difference means naff to us. It means absolute niche to West Ham this season. Last season, complete opposite. We had so much better goal difference than Watford and Villa. It was an invisible point to West Ham. This time round, we're that far behind on goal difference to the likes of Chelsea. Actually, if we lose 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, it does not make a difference come the end of the season. If we finish on points with someone around us, we are going to finish below them because our goal difference just isn't good enough. Therefore, the only way we're going to finish above the likes of Chelsea is through the points tally. And we ain't going to get points playing like last night with that attitude. We need to see different. We need to see more intent on Sunday against Arsenal. I think we will. I think he'll find he's got his fingers burnt. Lingard will be back. Hopefully Fernandes will be back. And those two players, they're big parts of how we play. They are big parts. But we cannot, you look at Aston Villa, I was saying this yesterday, and this is where I got it wrong as well. You look at Aston Villa, they not had Jack Grealish for a few weeks, and they look like a different team. We cannot become that team. We cannot become a team that loses Jesse Lingard and that's it. That's it. No point turning up. The guy, we were 4th in the league before Jesse Lingard joined us. So we can't just lay everything on his shoulders. We need to do better with what we've got. We need to do better against Man United. And we need to do better against Arsenal. Fingers crossed we will. Like I said, season-wise, we're having a fantastic season. There's no question about that at all. This is purely about the 90 minutes at Old Trafford. That's it. A review of the game last night. Simple. Anyway, don't worry. I've still got faith for Sunday. I'm looking forward to doing the preview as well. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have our Euro video out. We're doing a video about how to qualify for European football this season. What happens if you finish 6th? What happens when you finish 7th? And taking into consideration the domestic cup and European cup winners, because we cannot have Arsenal win the Europa League. We'll tell you why in that video. Hopefully I'll be out tomorrow. If not, I'll be back with another video. I should have a video on the forum channel tomorrow. I should be doing a live with Gio in the afternoon. It'll be in the afternoon though, not in the evening. Maybe 2 o'clock or something. I'll go live on the forum channel tomorrow for a little chat, a little interaction. So if you're around tomorrow at 2 o'clock-ish, pop over to the forum channel and I'll see you then. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to me around here. Catch you in a bit.